distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to welcome you all here, the residents, the Prague mayor, and welcome you also all here in our city, the city of Prague. Prague is an open-minded and liberal city which welcomes everyone who comes with good intentions, and we strongly promote democracy, freedom, and human rights. And therefore, I believe Prague is actually an ideal place for hosting the World Uyghur Congress Conference and the General Assembly. So, as I know there is quite a few speakers ready to talk, I would like to give them the floor, and I wish you all great evening.
President of the World Uyghur Congress, to say a few words as well.
Assalamualaikum yurttaşlar. Biraz 5 grup Kosatlı'nın kendini koyup biraz dikkat etsem yaxşı oldu. Çünkü ben büyük bir forum. Gerçekten iyi kolaydı. It will be silence good. Great silence. Good evening. First of all, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to Mayor Sidek of the Prague, who has invited to us this official reception at this residence. Thank you. We have been invited here as a Lord Mayor's residence as a big important of Uyghur community and the World Uyghur Congress. It is symbolic in the multiple ways of the support we have received from so many in the Czech Republic. It was Czech Senate that was one of the first national parliament in the world to recognize Uyghur genocide. This gave hope to the Uyghur community so that we might say our Lord once again and that China will be held accountable for its unrespectable crimes. That we have been allowed to organize World Uyghur Congress General Assembly in Prague with the support of local authority and the Lord Mayor himself is also unprecedented. For many years, the Uyghur movement has striven to cooperate with official partners. The support they have received in Prague is the first of its kind. Their courage it takes to stand together with Uyghur people in such public manner should be underestimated. Almost each Uyghur activist has become a victim of Chinese retaliation, and all activism has often had a great personal cost. Chinese government doesn't not hesitate to extend its repression against democratic countries and elected officials. The support of the Czech people speak of exceptional courage. I could therefore think of no better location to end first day of the General Assembly, which coincides with National Day. Occasion like this remind us to keep hope in difficult times and give us renewed courage and determination to raise our voice against the atrocity the people are facing. Thank you once again. We have small gift for the mayor. Absalom.
human rights. And yes, now I am going to read some book I have. Neutrality helps the oppressor, never the victim. Silence encourages the persecutor, never the persecuted. This quotation is from the speech of Holocaust survivor Elie Wiesel while receiving the Nobel Prize in 1986. He knew what he was talking about. Yes, silence kills. Silence is nothing less than complicity. Complicity is a persecution. Okay, silence is nothing less than complicity. Complicity with the persecutor, complicity of crimes against humanity, and complicity of genocide when talking about people. Can we stay local when listening testimony of camp survivors as we have this afternoon? Reading NGO's report, watching journalist documentaries, reviewing data from experts and academics? Can we keep silence when hearing cries and tears of mothers separated from their children, detained in camp, forced to abort, sterilized, tortured, raped? I am very honored to have two ladies with me, and please, we can No, we cannot be silent. We cannot be neutral. We know what is happening in Xinjiang. Western governments know, politicians, businessmen, academics, and those who continue asking for proof, denying the fact, refusing to stop being neutral, accepting what is unacceptable, are guilty of complicity with the persecutor of the Uyghurs. The same way others have refused 80 years ago the proof of the Nazi extermination camps. Elie Wiesel never forgot. Chinese government is putting pressure on them. Economical pressure may remember them that the number we are talking about, no billion of humans, even billion, is about people to be killed, to be terrorized, to be in camp. The ones who support Uyghurs becomes the target of Chinese propaganda? Yes, here I hear so many people dedicated to collect food, to advocate, to make law for the recognition of genocide, to stop murder and self-life, protecting, defending human rights. I am very proud to be with all of you today. I am very proud to be standing here with the Uyghur people. They are not afraid about Chinese propaganda attacks. So should be the others. And it's the time we put the pressure on the other who denies what is happening in Xinjiang. We have to put the shame on them. Because recognizing genocide, it will make clear the complicity they have with this international crimes against humanity. Together, we can be very strong. Yes, we can accept Obama. Together, we can win. We know neutrality and silence are the keys of the chance we choose when closing our eyes on crime. I will continue to keep my eyes open to support you, and I am sure that all the people are here today with you with the same. Please, be with you. Thank you.
I would like to now welcome a member of the Turkish Parliament, Mr. Sözcü.
Sayın Ahmet'in Bey, dostlar, soydaşlar, dindaşlarımız ve kültürdaşlarımız, hepinize hayırlı akşamlar diliyorum.
Respected guests, as well as the host and the Uyghur people, it is my pleasure to be here with you and here tonight.
İki teşekkürle başlamak istiyordum. Birincisi, Çek Cumhuriyeti'ne Doğu Türkistan'da bir soykırım olduğunu kabul ettiği için parlamentosunda, onun için. İkinci olarak da 7. Dünya Uygur Kongresi'nin Çek Cumhuriyeti'nin başkenti Prag'da yapılmış olması münasebetiyle teşekkür ediyoruz.
First of all, thank you for Czech Republic for recognizing the Uyghur genocide in Uzbekistan. Thank you to the parliament members of the Czech Republic. And as well as thank you for the World Uyghur Congress for organizing this annual conference in the heart of Europe and the Prague in Czech Republic.
Başkanımıza teşekkür ediyorum.
Thanks for the mayor of Prague as well.
Gelecek Partisi Genel Başkan Yardımcısı, 24 Birleşim Mahsulü Manisa Milletvekili, Doğu Türkistan'daki meseleler gündeme geldikten sonra parti olarak ilgilenmeye başladık. Zaten eski Başbakan, eski Dışişleri Bakanı Profesör Doktor Ahmet Davutoğlu Beyefendi, daha önce Dışişleri Bakanlığı döneminde Urumçi'ye giderek orada Doğu Türkistan'la kucaklaşmıştır.
I am a vice president of, the Future Party. I am Selçuk Özdağ. I was this, what we call this, representative, I'm a parliament member in the 24th and 25th term. And also, what we call the president of the Future Party, Professor Dr. Davutoğlu, and he went to Urumqi to embrace the Uyghur people in Urumqi as well. So whenever, when the issues started in Kyrgyzstan, we open up our heart to Uyghur people, and also we try to take these issues at our level.
Döneminde ben de kendisini yaparken Doğu Türkistan'da yaşanan dramları biliyordum. O zamanlarda el altından dolaylı olarak bunlar yapılıyordu ve biz 10.000'e yakın kişiyi çeşitli vesilelerle Türkiye'ye, oradan da Avrupa'ya ve Amerika'ya taşınmasına vesile oldu.
Also, when he was, what they call interior minister, also we tried to help thousands of people to come to Turkey or go to Europe. We tried to facilitating with them to open up doors to Europe.
Doğu Türkistan 1.800.000 kilometre kare bir toprak. 30 milyon kişi yaşıyor. Ve 1949'dan beri işgal altında. Ve orada yaşayan insanlar Çin devletine şunu söylüyorlar. Anayasamıza uyun. İnsanca yaşamak istiyoruz. Bir Çinli hangi haklara sahipse biz orada yaşayan Uygurlar veya Türk soylular, Kırgızlar, Kazaklar veya Budistler, başka dinler aynı şekilde aynı haklardan faydalansınlar istiyoruz.
East Turkestan is one largest state in not China, but one of the largest states, and he has like 1,006,000 square meters areas, and also what they call is East Turkestan is occupation of the Chinese government starting from 1949. And also China's government saying that Uyghur people is not respecting the national law. Actually, Uyghur people has right to, not only Uyghur people as well as Kazakh, Uzbek, Kyrgyz, and other what they call the Turkic nations has right to live like the other people in China as well.
Doğu Türkistan'da yaşayanlar inançlarıyla yaşasınlar istiyoruz. Kültürlerini yaşasınlar. Dillerini özgür şekilde konuşsunlar. İbadetlerini özgür şekilde yapsınlar ve de özgür bir Doğu Türkistan'da yaşasınlar istiyoruz.
What we are expecting, the Uyghur people has to leave the faith, has to live their cultural identity, has to leave the religious identity, and also we want to see the people in Turkestan live free.
Biz Türkler Orta Orta Asya'da yaşarken büyük imparatorluklar kurduk. Ve burada kurarken de Çinlilerle dövüştük. Sonra bu Çinlilerle biz de Orta Asya'dan göç ettikten sonra ata yurtlarında kalan Türkler vardı. Bazıları Avrupa'ya doğru göç ettiler. Talas'ın mahkemelerinde karşılaştık. Araplarla Çinliler dövüşüyordu. Ben tarihçiyim. Aynı zamanda tarihler şöyle söylüyor. Türkler zayıfı destekledi derler. Evet birazcık doğruydu ama biz Çinlilerle karşılaşınca burada Mavera Nehri'nde, Talas Nehri kenarında yine Çinliler mi dedik ve Arapları destekledik. Çinlileri tekrar yeniden Çin Seddi'nin arkasına gönderdik.
I mean, when it was in Central Asia, we established many parks as well, and also, I mean, yes. I mean, when was in Central Asia, so we tried to establish many empires, and also we are fighting with the Chinese people, and also we let them to go to the, the Great Wall, but unfortunately the modern Turkey is now again, what they call this, facing at each other. I think that's the main message. Yeah, sorry for a little bit technical.
21. yüzyılda Çinliler dünyada ticaretin gelişmesiyle, dünyanın küçülmesiyle dünyanın her yerinde yer almaya başladılar. Ama Çin otoriter bir devlet. Çin bir noktada kapalı bir devlet. 1 milyar 200 milyon kişi çalışıyor, orada yaşıyor. Çin'de yaşayan Doğu Türkistanlılar veya dünyanın her tarafındaki Doğu Türkistanlılar özgürlüklerimiz kısıtlanıyor diyorlar. Ve diyorlar ki Çin kapılarını aç. Bütün dünyayı aç. Aktivistleri aç, gazetecileri aç, siyasetçileri aç ve bunların yalan olduğunu ispatla. Eğer yalan değilse de dünyadaki insan haklarına uy. Dünya İnsan Hakları Evrensel Beyannamesi'ne uy ve de kapılarını açtıktan sonra da bütün dünyaya ticaret yapabilirsin. Son söz olarak şunu söylemek isterim. Çin eğer kapılarını açmazsa bu iddialar doğru demektir. Onlarla ilgili ticari anlaşmalar askıya aldılar ve bu sayı çoğalmalıdır. Batı dünyasına da teşekkür ediyoruz. Batı dünyasına da bir şey söylüyorlar. Diyorlar ki Çin'e karşı Doğu Türkistan'ı kullanıyorlar, Uygurları kullanıyorlar diyorlar. Batı dünyası madem öyleyse Çin bu oyunu boz, kapıları aç, bunların olmadığını, insanların anneleriyle, babalarıyla, akrabalarıyla rahat görüştüklerini bunları ispatlar ve böylece Batı dünyasının oyunu boz.
Chinese government is expanding because of the economic growth, and we know that the Chinese government is one totalitarian state, not respecting any rights of the what they call the people. They're closing the door, not opening door to the international activists. If China, you are truthful, open up your door to the international activists as well. And Uyghur people in diaspora, claiming that what they call is our people cannot live freely in Turkestan, and also what they call is China's government is not giving any kind of the freedom to the Uyghur people. And also we want to thank for the Western world, especially the 39 countries. Thanks for what they call is supporting the Uyghur people, and we should believe and this number and should be increased. If China were truthful, also they're saying that Chinese government is saying that it's the game of the Western world. It's game by the Western world. Open your door to the international community, to the activists, the human rights activists. Open your door to those people. Prove the Western world is wrong. Otherwise, what they call is if otherwise whatever is saying is not true, whatever is saying is, whatever you said is fake. And finally, I would like to thank all the 39 countries, the Western countries, and thanks for understanding with the Uyghur people. Thank you.
İnsan fıtratına aykırı olan hiçbir rejim yaşayamaz. Bir gün Doğu Türkistan'da yaşayacaksınız. Yaşasın insan hakları, yaşasın hukuk üstünlüğü, yaşasın Uygur Türkleri.
I will call the next speaker, but before that, I would just ask these our speakers to keep your remarks under 2 minutes, please. Thank you. I will now call another member of the Turkish Parliament, Mr. Yavuz Amcaoğlu. Okay. He's not here, so I will then ask Mia Kasipros, Executive Director at the Consent from the UK.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, President Isa, the World Uyghur Congress, and the Uyghur people. It's a privilege and an honor to speak today. And happy National Day. I know how important it is for our people. You might not know this, but the city of Prague is home to the world's biggest collection of sacred Jewish artifacts. What is known as the Old New Synagogue is Europe's oldest active synagogue since 1270. It, like the other 5 Jewish synagogues here, make up the Jewish quarter. And the Old Jewish Cemetery, the oldest Europe's oldest surviving Jewish graveyard, survived the darkest time in modern Jewish history, with the Nazi attempt to destroy the entire Jewish people of Europe. In fact, it is estimated that 77,000 Jewish Czechs were exterminated by the Nazis. The chair of my organization, his mother, was on the last kinder transport that left in August 1939. She was 12 years old. She left to the UK, and she lost her entire family in Europe. And the reason I mention all of this is because despite the Nazis' effort to eradicate the Jewish people, we survived. My people, our culture, our traditions survived and triumphed. When close to 3 years ago, I met Rahima Mahmoud in our office in London, a UK Uyghur artist, and I heard her story, the story of her family, the story of her people. I had a deja vu moment. I heard this story before. It's my story. It's the story of my family. It's the story of my people. So it's quite obvious that I will do everything that I can, and Renee Kassan, the organization that I lead, a Jewish human rights organization, will do everything that it can to ensure that the history does not repeat itself, and that never again shall the horrors of the past be experienced by the Uyghurs. Since that meeting, I have gained a close friend in Rahima, a fierce advocate for people's basic rights. I have met other incredible Uyghur activists, including President Isa, who I consider a friend as well. And the Uyghur people have gained the friendship and allyship of the Jewish community. Today, the leading faith community in the UK speaking out for and acting in solidarity with the Uyghur people, from our spiritual leadership, the chief rabbi and community rabbis, to our young activists and our future leaders, to ordinary people living ordinary lives, but resonating with our personal experience. We are speakers by experience. We have the moral authority, but also the moral responsibility to act in solidarity when what we suffer is happening to others. For many reasons, Raphael Lemkin, a Jewish-Polish lawyer who coined the phrase genocide, when he came up with this concept of genocide, he gave equal measure to the cultural destruction of a people as he did to the physical destruction. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, the Genocide Convention only gives emphasis to the latter. Monsieur René Cassin, the namesake of my organization, who co-drafted the Universal Declaration for Human Rights, he wanted to set up a framework based on values of justice and freedom and equality and humanity. Today, in this beautiful city of Prague, generally hosted by its mayor, I reflect on the rich culture and stories of the Jewish people which survived here for over 1,000 years. And I carry with me the legacy of ۋەكىللەرگە and Monsieur Kassan to safeguard your rights and your ability to exercise and exist as a people, to have your holy places and your graveyards of your family and ancestors, of your language and your traditions to exist as a people. I extend my personal hand to you and that of my community in friendship and feel privileged to share you your hope and your courage. Thank you very much.
We'll also now welcome Mr. Bەrdى, Vice President of the Turkish Association for Turkey.
Sayın Belediye Başkanımızı, çok değerli Dünya Uygur Kurultayı Başkanımızı ve siz değerli konuklarımızı saygıyla selamlıyorum. İyi akşamlar diliyorum. Özellikle sabahtan beri dünyanın dört bir tarafından gelen konukları dinleyerek harika bir programı, örnek bir çalışmayı hep beraber bugün yaşadık ve müşahede ettik.
First of all, thank you for the Mayor of Prague, as well as thanks for the President of Uyghur Congress, as well as thank all the delegation around the world. And today is, you are doing very excellent at the job by giving, providing the exemplary and the work. You did excellent at the job. Thank you for everyone.
Doğu Türkistan davası Uygur kardeşlerimizin özelde meselelerini, o coğrafyada yaşananları konuşuyor. Özelde. Ancak hakikatte insanlığın onurunu korumak için buradayız. Hakikatte barış için buradayız. Hakikatte kardeşlik için buradayız. Hakikatte ümidimizi yarınlara taşımak için buradayız. Ve birlik için buradayız.
Today, especially we talk Uyghur cause. That is what we call the main and the topic today. So what we want that Uyghur people live, what we call is with the faith and also with the religion as well as live their freedom.
Ve bugün dünyanın dört bir tarafından Kanada'dan Avustralya'ya kadar aktivistlerin, siyasetçilerin, akademisyenlerin aktardıklarıyla, konuşmalarıyla aslında erdemler ve değerler düzeyinde dünyada söz söyleyeceklerin var olduğunu gördük. Geleceğe ümidimizi taşıdık. Sağ olsunlar, var olsunlar.
Today we can see around the world, from Australia to Canada. So we can see various kind of activists, politicians, as well as human rights groups are here. And today we see one hope, meaning that there is some beautiful people can support the Uyghur cause, and we do believe that, and we can do something for the Uyghur people. So thank you everyone.
Ailelerimizin yüzüne bakabilmek için, çocuklarımızın, torunlarımızın yüzüne bakabilmek için ve yarınlara ümidi taşıyabilmek için zulüm, haksızlık kimden gelirse gelsin, kime yapılırsa yapılsın, dini, ırkı, milletiyle cinsiyetini ayırt etmeksizin bir olmaya, beraber olmaya, dünyanın neresinde olursa olsun bu erdemler ve değerler doğrultusunda çalışanlarla dayanışmak içinde olmaya devam edeceğiz. Ümitli olacağız, var olacağız çünkü haklıyız.
Today we are here. in order to face our family members, as well as in order to face our ancestors. We are here. We are here. We want to bring. We can see the hope and tomorrow, and also, this oppression or injustice, which whenever, regardless of wherever it is, we have to stand in the justice. Wherever it is, we have to stand in the hope, and regardless of what, we stand in the justice, and so that we can face to our family members, and we can face to our next generations.
Barış kazanacak, zulüm bitecek, Doğu Türkistan özgür olacak inşallah.
So the peace will be established, the oppression will be destroyed, and one day Turkestan will be free, inshallah. Thank you.
So our last speaker for tonight will be Mr. Ferenc, Deputy Mayor from the Pirague municipality from Hungary. Welcome.
I'll make it quick because I have to speak in Hungary is rather hungry. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and excellencies. First and foremost, let me tell you how honored I am to be here. I would like to thank the World Uyghur Congress for organizing this event and Mr. Lord Nisa for inviting me personally here today. I would also like to thank Mr. Zachary, the Mayor of Prague, for hosting us at his residence. Urumqi is rather far from here, some 5,300 kilometers to be precise. But what happens today in East Turkestan is reminding me of something we had seen before firsthand, not so far from here. Auschwitz, Mauthausen, Buchenwald, the shames of Europe. A shame we, the people of Europe, decided can never happen again. I don't want to, and I don't mean to compare the suffering of the 4 and 6 million souls in these camps to what is happening in today's China. But there are similarities, it seems like. Members of my family had to experience the Nazi concentration camps and the Soviet ones too. I have heard family stories when I was a kid. Forced labor, experimenting with humans, rape, the constant fear of life, fear for life. That was the everyday life in the camps. When I first read the news about the camps in East Turkestan, it rang a bell of anger, a bell of fear, a bell of my consciousness shouting to my ears, you have to step up. Otherwise, I would sin by silence. Many of today's politicians in the world these days sin by silence. It seems to me that many of them do not want to state the obvious. It seems to me that the comfort of consuming became a stronger drive than what Immanuel Kant described as the moral imperative. He wrote, act only according to the maxim whereby you can, and at the same time will, that it should become a universal law. For these reasons, I'm trying to raise awareness. That's why I have hoisted 2 capital flags and a huge banner stating justice for those suffering in East Turkestan on the front of my town hall during the visit of Chinese Minister of Defense Wei Feng, who was at the building next to my office. The least we can do is raising awareness. I'm from Hungary, a country just like East Turkestan, no submission well enough. 150 years of Ottoman subjugation, more than 2 centuries of Habsburg rule, and almost 50 years of Soviet occupation. And presently, China is standing at the doorstep and politically dividing itself into Hungary. I know one should not fight fire with fire, but with hard sanctions, China should be forced by the international community to accept the common values of basic human rights. Let me tell you how not to deal with the Chinese Communist Party. The Hungarian government has just signed a declaration of intent with Huawei, in regard of building 5G network in the country. Huawei is a company that was working on the face recognition software the Chinese Communist Party is using against the Uyghurs. They are banned from the British market of 5G since September. Their smartphones can be set remotely to identify keywords such as sweet bread, long leaf, high on independence, and can block related content. It is a built-in censorship, and our user data can regularly end up on Chinese servers. The country is getting itself into a Chinese death trap, and we see that the way China is using this trap is not strictly financial. China converts its economic leverage into a political leash on the country. Hungary is constantly blocking EU statements condemning China for its human rights violations. Hungary is blocking sanctions that the EU imposes on China. That's not seen by silence. That is pure collaboration. And the country is slowly becoming a Chinese Trojan horse within the European Union and within NATO. However, there is hope. The people and the politicians of the Czech Republic have shown us recently that together we are strong. The new coalition formed recently they changed the former pro-China regime to a pro-freedom one. General elections are coming in April next year in Hungary too. And change is in the air. Our opposition, just like the Czech one, is now united against the pro-China regime of Hungary. And I can assure you, should this change happen, Hungary's ongoing China policy will take a U-turn too. And the countries of Europe will finally stand together against China's abuse of fundamental human rights. The ongoing policy of sin by silence will be changed to repent by actions.
I would like to thank all of our guest speakers for their remarkable and inspiring words. Now I would like to announce that there will be an award for two special people here, our cancer survivors.
Assalamualaikum. Bazı kahraman kamp şairlerimizle değerli mukafimiz var. Toplam 12 kamp şairlerimiz hazırlıkta Elazığ'da şu şehirde İstanbul'dan Uygur televizyonuna aşkarılan şunun için bunlardan cesaret mukafatı veririz. Ama bunların bir kısmını bekleyelim. Bir kadar gelmiş geldi. Seyahat sebebi. There is around 12 camp survivor, rare camp survivor, speaking of. Actually, so many camp survivors in Kazakhstan, Turkistan as well. Because of the Chinese pressure, she is continuing silence, cannot speak all. So among them, only 12 camp survivors who don't go to international media and make testimony. So we have small honor to them, but we invited all of them to the Prague, but unfortunately, most of them don't have a travel document. Among them, 4 is United States, 2 is French, and some is Sweden. They don't have travel document yet, that's why only among them 3 are able to the Prague. So I would like to invite 3 of camp survivors, Ömer Bekli, and Gülbahar Hayvaci, and Adnan Sinek. I would like to invite the mayor to give the president. Thank you.
Hürmetli özürlükçüler hazır sizlerle köydüңler. Bu hazır sizlerge Nakmeydan'dan bu programını Prag şehirlik hükümet binasından beri vatımız bir yere bayağı sizlerle köydüңler. Prag şehir başlığı, Prag şəhərlik hökumətinin başlığı bir yerdə dünyanın hər qaysı əllərdən 7 Dünya Qurultayı qatnışıcı gələn vəkillərə və şərəf mimarlarına bir yerdə bir ziyafət verdi və bu ziyafət cəryanında bu Prag şəhərinin şəhər başlığı, hətta ta ki Vengriyadan gələn Budapest şəhərlik hökumətinin, yəni Budapest'in şəhər başlığını bir yerdə kelib söz qıldı və hər qaysı dünyanın hər qaysı əllərdən gələn vəkillərin qarşı aldığını və 7 növbətlik qurultayının muvaffəqiyyətli ötküzülüşünə tiləkdaşlıq bildirdiğini bildirdi və Türkiyədəki bəzi partilərin, məsələn Gələcək Partiyasının müavir rəisi qatarlıq bəzi Türk siyasi partilərin təşkilatının məsullarını söz qıldı və Çexiya parlamentinin bəzi əzalarını söz qıldı və bu murasimdə əziz qardaşlar Prag şəhərlik hökumətinin, yəni Prag'ın şəhər başlığı öz qolu bilan bu lager şahitlərə hazırlanğan təqdimnaməni, yəni Dünya Uyğur Qurultayı tərəfindən chet ellərdə mətbuatda tanılğan 12 nəfər lager şahitiga atab tayyorlangan şərəfnaməni, təqdimnaməni bir yerdə öz qolu bilan bu qatimki murasim qatnaşqan lager şahitlərimizdən Qalbisi Nur Sidiq xanım bilan Gulbar Xativacı xanımlarga yetkizib bəzi əziz qardaşlar, şununla bugünkü bu proqramımızı müşahede axırlaşdıraylı. Dünya Uyğur Qurultayı 2-nji günü, yəni 7 növbət Dünya Uyğur Qurultayı 2-nji günü qədəm qoydu. Әттеген Prag vaxtı, әттеген saat 9:15 ötken vaxtıda rasmi yəni sizlər görüvatqan Dünya Uyğur Qurultayı tor televiziyasıda Nəhməydanda bütün gün qurultayı ahvalını bütün gün diqqətinizə təqdim qılırıq. Avropa vaxtı, yəni Prag vaxtı әттеген saat 9:15 ötkende tekrar görüşelim. Görüşü aman bulunlar, hayır hoş.
Kelgendiğinden